Welcome back with another episode of TryHackMe.com. This is Zaheen and we are doing secure GitOps. It is the part of DevSecOps. It is not officially there yet, but we are including it as a part of the DevSecOps series that we have done already. So let's get into it. Secure GitOps. Learn how to secure the GitOps frameworks. So it is easy and it will take 60 minutes. As you can see, I already started my attack box and progress is 0. Also my streak level is back to 0 again. So there is a good news. I'm gonna bring you guys one of the parts on the TryHackMe called SOC 1. After this video I will be uploading 30 minutes video every day, so be sure to check this out. Without further ado, let's get into it. Task 1, introduction. So we have 5 tasks as you can see here, and it is coming from Kubernetes repositories. Introduction. This task introduces you to GitOps for secure and efficient deployment, showing how your Kubernetes skills and secure practices fit into the larger DevSecOps picture. As I mentioned before, over the last few rooms, you have proved yourself as invaluable asset to Kubernetes laboratories. It's time to step forth and take this final challenge of your probationary period at the company. This room will see you through it, ensuring your Kubernetes skills are enough to make any DevSecOps engineer proud. Okay, awesome. Learning prerequisites. For this room, you should at least understand the basics of Kubernetes as covered in the intro to Kubernetes. I will put that room as a reference in here. Just check it out. If you want to better your understanding of the Kubernetes hardening concepts, before doing this you can complete the following rooms. Cluster hardening, I think we have done this. K8's best security policy, we haven't done this. Microservices architecture, we have done this, and I will put a reference to this video up here. And K8's runtime hardening coming soon. If you are unfamiliar with the containerization internally, then you should consider doing the rooms such as introduction to containerization. I will put a reference in here, and also I will put a reference to intro to Docker here as well. I think container hardening we have done it, or maybe not. I think in previous video we have checked this out, but yes, I have done this, and I will also put a reference to that video up here. Alright, so let's move. Okay, learning objectives. Learn how to leverage secure development with GitOps, challenges and benefits of implementing GitOps, exploiting GitOps driven automation environment. Okay, so if we are ready, we can click on here and we are back to streak 1. Okay, task 2, GitOps framework. Secure and efficient deployment practices are more critical than ever. GitOps is a set of practices that emerge as a solution to streamline deployment workflow while maintaining a robust security posture. GitOps uses Git as a source of truth for infrastructure and application deployment. So that means your infrastructure will be there in your source code as a source code, as we are covered in ISC room, where your infrastructure will be saved as a source code in your Git repository. So this is what they are referring here. Introducing declarative and version control automation. Okay, declarative and version control, we covered this one in our few of the previous rooms. Just check it out in the playlist on my YouTube channel, as well as other tools like Argo CD. Argo CD is a very popular tool for deployment management. Argo CD, Azure DevOps, Jenkins, and all these things. You must know about this already. If you don't, it's okay. I think they will cover some of these things in here. Understanding the GitOps framework. Foundational concepts. Declarative configuration. GitOps relies on declarative configurations, meaning that the desired state of your system is declared and stored in a version control Git repository, as explained before. This ensures that the entire infrastructure and application stack is defined as code, providing transparency and consistency. Yeah, this is what the GitOps is. Okay, automation. GitOps focuses on automation to the deployment process. Any changes to the system, whether they involve infrastructure updates or application releases, are automatically applied based on the changes made to the declarative configuration in the Git repository. This reduces manual intervention and minimizes the risk of human error, but it also increases the risk of exploitation, because automation requires some set of preconceived notions that the system should work like this or not, and these kind of automation can be exploited if not done right. Okay, so all of this we have covered in our playlist, in our DevSecOps playlist. So just go through it and you will get to know what I'm talking about here. Okay, version control. Git is at the core of GitOps, serving as the version control system. This helps the tracking changes over time, easy rollbacks, and collaboration among team members. Every change made to the infrastructure or application is versioned, providing a clear audit trail. Yes, this is true. If there is a process and nobody can, go around that process, then obviously this audit trail will be available. But there are things you can do which will, if you have access, you can perform some kind of actions without anybody noticing. So this is what we covered in the, I think, cluster hardening room. Just check it out. Observability. GitOps promotes observability by making the entire system state observable through Git repository. This transparency ensures that the system's current state can be inspected and verified, which improves troubleshooting and monitoring. Yes, this is just a Git repository observability. It doesn't mean that the observability of the application itself. Of course, for the application itself, if you need to observe, you should have a tool set to do it, since we are doing it on Kubernetes. So we learned in our previous room that we can use service mesh to take care of auditing, logging, security, and all those things. Only the business logic was left for us to implement. So the observability will come into that context as well. So if you haven't watched my previous video, just watch it. It will help you understand a lot of the concept that I'm explaining here. GitOps framework overview. GitOps tools such as Argo CD and Flux provide the means and workflows to implement GitOps principles. They automate deployment processes, monitor changes in the Git repository, and reconcile the actual system state with the desired state defined in the Git. Continuous delivery. GitOps enables teams to deliver changes consistently and fast by ensuring that applications and infrastructure are always in a deployable state. Git as a single source of truth. This means that your system state is entirely represented by what is stored in the Git repository, which provides a central and version control location for configuration. This is very true. Security focus on GitOps. Okay, consistency in security configuration. GitOps strengthened security by enforcing consistent security configuration across different environments. Security policies are codified and version control and reduce the likelihood of misconfiguration that could lead to vulnerabilities. Yes, if you have checked it already, your code is working fine, everything is okay, then we can make such statement. But if you are just learning it and doing it right now, then you need to validate this statement that there is no misconfiguration, that you have done already and everything is working fine. You have hardened your system, security policies are in place, and some security, cyber security or somebody have validated it and audited it, and our current configuration is good to go. So you can make this statement as true. If you're just starting out, then I think you need to follow the process to make sure that everything's working fine and is secure. Secure observability. Security teams can easily audit and monitor changes made to security configuration through Git, which is central source of truth. And this will only work if nobody have access to do the changes or do changes outside of the Git process. Given that, for example, if you already created infrastructure through code and somebody have the permission to go to the VM or container and do all kind of stuff, then this process will not work because this process will only work if everything is hardened and logged, so nobody can do any manual step or play around with the infrastructure that you just have deployed. So if the infrastructure you just have deployed, there's no way somebody can come and change something unless they change into the Git itself. Then this is a secure infrastructure practices that you are following. Other than that, you may need to do an audit of your system to make sure that everything is secured and logged. The tool apart from Flux is commonly used in the GitOps. Argo CD. Yeah. What type of configuration does GitOps have? Declarative, I think. Yes, okay. Task 3, tooling and environment. Overview of GitOps tools. GitOps relies on a set of tools to facilitate the implementation of its principles. Effectively, we will explore the primary tools and their roles in the GitOps ecosystem, Argo CD features and functionality. In this case, we are using Argo CD. Argo CD is a declarative GitOps continuous delivery tool designed specifically for Kubernetes environments. It provides the following features. Declarative configuration management. Argo CD allows teams to declare the desired state of their application and infrastructure in a Git repository, and it then continuously monitors this repository and ensures that the deployed state matches the declared state. Automated synchronization. Argo CD automates the synchronization of the application in the Kubernetes cluster based on changes in the Git repository. This ensures that the actual state of the system aligns with the versioned configuration. Okay. So Argo CD have two things. One is the declared configuration management, where you declare the configuration. This is my desired state, and then Argo CD will make sure that the deployed state matches the declared state. This is one thing. Automated synchronization. So, for example, if you change something in your configuration, it will automatically synchronize it with the deployed version. Okay. So this is the two things that Argo CD provides us. How it facilitates GitOps. Argo CD provides a centralized platform for managing and deploying application in the Kubernetes. Ensures consistency, automation, and version control configurations, making it a key component in GitOps workflow. Okay, so this is Argo CD. It's kind of the octopus. Okay, and it's trying to configure something on the Kubernetes cluster. So I think they are 1, 2, 3 Kubernetes cluster. I'm not sure if this is what they meant, or they meant like it's a container or something. I think it's a different clusters. Okay, so Argo CD is managing all of these clusters on Kubernetes. GitHub role in the GitOps workflow. GitHub serves as a primary Git repository hosting platform. Its role is in the GitOps workflow includes version control. GitHub stores and manages version control, configuration, application code, and infrastructure as a code. Yeah, sure, we understand that. Collaboration hub. GitHub's collaboration feature enable team members to work together on code changes, review pull requests, and contribute to GitOps workflow. I mean, instead of GitOps, you can use anything. Azure DevOps or any other tool which is maybe Getbucket or something like that, right? Integration with other tools. GitHub integrates with various CI/CD pipelines, enabling end-to-end automation and deployment workflow. Since GitHub is purchased or acquired by Microsoft, so Microsoft is a big integration. So they are doing and enhancing a lot of stuff inside the GitHubs. And if you are using the GitHub a lot, you would notice that there are a lot of things coming as a feature on the GitHub side. Okay, now they have GitHub's premium version or developer pack as well, which you can, I think, purchase, or it is free. Okay, Kubernetes K8's role in the GitOps deployment. Kubernetes plays a fundamental role in the GitOps by orchestrating containers. In this case, it's called pod inside Kubernetes, but you can say yes, containers, and managing deployments. Let's recap some of the foundation of the Kubernetes and how they can play their part in GitOps. Container orchestration. Kubernetes automates containerized application deployment, scaling, and operations, providing a resilient and scalable infrastructure. GitOps deployment. GitOps uses Kubernetes to ensure that desired application state is applied to Kubernetes clusters. Kubernetes acts as an execution engine for GitOps processes. Okay. Container orchestration and management. Kubernetes automates various aspects, including deployment, scaling, load balancing, and health monitoring. Yes, we know about this. For example, we need to mention how this scaling will work. I think we explored this a little bit before as a theory only, but not the actual how it will scale, I think. So we can say that if the CPU reaches 80%, or there are more RAM utilization, or there are more number of requests are coming to the infrastructure, so we need to scale from 2 containers to 3 and 3 to 4. And load balancing will be taken care of in the Kubernetes by service. We called load balancing as a service in Kubernetes ecosystem, and health monitoring is provided by default. So for example, if one container is in bad health and it is not responding, so Kubernetes will automatically shut it down, create a new container, and attach it to the service load balancing, so it will be available. So health monitoring of the container is something else than the health of your application which is deployed on that container. So the health of the application can also be monitored if you provide a webhook or some kind of mechanism from where you can say your application is live and ready and live. Ready mean it can take requests, and live mean it is actually taking requests and it is working fine. So don't confuse the container health with the application health. In GitOps, it ensures that the deployment processes adheres to the configuration stored in the Git. Okay, we get that. Okay, answer the questions below. What acts as an execution engine for Kubernetes? GitOps. So the answer is Kubernetes. What feature does Argo CD have to sync Git repository whenever there are changes? So it is automated synchronization, I think. This one, automated synchronization. So I will just copy it and paste it here. Awesome. So we are to task 4. All of it is theory, but I'm sure they will provide us some good hands-on on the actual exercise. But since it is easy, it will not be that much deep. It will be just maybe a website or something like that. Benefits and challenges. Okay. Security challenges in GitOps. While GitOps brings significant security benefits, There are challenges that organizations must address to ensure a robust security implementation. Of course, Huddle in Argo CD manages access controls. Argo CD's role-based access control is crucial for security, but managing and configuring these controls can be challenging. Organizations need to ensure that only authorized users have the necessary permissions. I touched upon a little bit in my opening remarks that this whole system will not work if the permissions to do things is not controlled. If user can break the process that you are following or do something outside of the process, that means your system may be compromised. Okay, may or may not be compromised. Secret management. Argo CD may interact with sensitive data such as access tokens or password during deployment. Securing and managing these secrets within the context of Argo CD requires careful attention, of course. Secret management, whenever there is a room on TryHackMe, I think the focus on secret management is a lot. Just give me a second. Let me take a sip of water. Excuse me. Because if you are putting, for example, username and password or access token in just a text file, and everybody who have access to the source code can view the secrets, that way they can pretty much do anything with it. If the secrets are for the root, if they have root privileges or if they have elevated privileges, and they can do whatever they want with the access token that you just put in the GitHub and the Git repository, and that means they can do pretty much everything. They can even write more commands to compromise your system. So the secret management and using environment variables to manage the secret is very crucial. We have covered the secret management in secret management room of the DevSecOps path. Just check it out in the playlist of the DevSecOps on my YouTube channel. We'll get to know all of this. Okay, hurdles in Kubernetes. Kites, we call it kites. Okay, securing cluster configuration. The K8 is called kites. Okay, so it is called kites. Securing cluster configuration. Kubernetes play a critical role in GitOps. Securing the cluster configuration is very important. Misconfiguration in the Kubernetes can lead to security vulnerabilities and requiring organizations to implement best practices for securing cluster settings. For refresher and how this can be achieved, check out the cluster hardening and K8's best practices. I think I already have cluster hardening, just check this out. And K8 best practices, I haven't done it yet, but I will do it in maybe next couple of videos. Container image security. GitOps often involves deploying containerization application, ensuring the security of the container images, addressing vulnerabilities, and applying best practices for container security is a constant challenge. Security contexts are a good ally in this case. Security context, what is this? Okay, so they have some outside article, I think, just to check it out what they are. Okay, Kubernetes security context. So the Cloud Native Wiki have some cloud security context here. I don't know what it is. Just check it out in your off free time. So we're gonna move forward. A good ally in this case. Hurdle in GitOps. Okay. Securing code repository. While GitHub provides security features, ensuring this security of the code repositories requires attention to access control, code scanning, plain text secrets, and addressing any identified vulnerability promptly. I don't understand this, what they have said here. Securing code repositories. While GitHub provides security features, ensuring the security of the code repository requires attention to access control, code scanning, okay, Access control, we understand. Code scanning is they are trying to say that you need to implement SAT solution. I have covered this one as well in the DevSecOps playlist. Just check it out. Plain text secret, we already covered this one in the secret management room. Addressing any identified vulnerability promptly. So if there is any vulnerability, how you will get to know that in news or in a specific email from the Kubernetes or the distribution of the Kubernetes that you are using. So here we have the Argo CD sits on top of the Kubernetes, as you can see, and then the Kubernetes have the Git. Git could also, okay, so this is confusing. Git could be outside of the Kubernetes itself, right? I don't know what they are trying to say here, because this is the Git, maybe this is their desired state they want to achieve. So Argo CD will use the Kubernetes to achieve their desired state. This makes sense, yeah. How it looks like in practice: strengthen security workflows. GitOps, when implemented using tools like Argo CD, Kubernetes Kits, and GitHub, bringing significant enhancement to security workflows. Consistent security configuration. Argo CD enforces consistent security configurations, ensuring security policies are uniformly applied across Kubernetes cluster. This consistency strengthens the overall security posture. Automatic compliance check. Automatic compliance checks, which can be built with Argo CD in GitOps workflows, enhance security by continuously validating the changes against predefined security policies. So we have consistent security configuration. Argo CD will enforce it, and then we have automated compliance check, which will be automatically checked by the Argo CD to make sure that everything is as per desired and as per the policies that we have put forward. Enhance version control security. Secure auditing and tracking in GitHub's version control capability enhances security by providing a secure audit trail. Security teams can efficiently audit and track changes made to security configuration, strengthening visibility and accountability. Granular access controls in GitHub. GitHub's robust access control offers security by allowing organizations to implement granular permissions. This ensures that only authorized members have access to critical security configuration. Yeah, this is very true. So the first thing is the secure auditing and tracking. We already understand that. What do we meant by that? And the general access control. I mean, you can also say that principle of least privileges. It means that you only give the permissions to the person or the people or the tools that it requires to do its job, not more. Okay. So this is what we call principle of least privileges. And if you study stuff on the Microsoft side of the thing, so they use the principle of least privileges terminology in their literature. Okay. Security as code with Argo CD. Treating security configuration as code within the GitOps pipeline facilitated by Argo CD promotes a security as code. This is new one, security as code approach. This integration enables collaborative environments in defining and implementing security measures directly within the deployment and development and deployment processes. So treating security configuration as code within the GitOps pipeline. So what they are saying, that security as code. Okay. So what they meant here is even the security policies that you need to apply on top of the infrastructure that you have just created by Argo CD, you can also save the security policies as code. So Argo CD will automatically apply and also automatically check the compliance that everything is working fine and the cluster is in compliance state. So I think this is the big facility that the Argo CD is providing. I haven't seen this one in any other tool in which they have mentioned that the security as a code approach can be applied. I think it can be applied on any other tool, but the security as a code is highlighted with the Argo CD here. What can you implement to improve the security of the containerized application? What you can implement? What can I implement, guys? Security workflows or something like that. What can I implement? Secret management, maybe. I'm not sure, but let's try. No, it's not the same thing. What can you implement to improve the security of containerized application? Containerized application. Security workflows. I think security workflows, maybe. I'm not sure. No, it's not the thing. What we are missing here, guys? Maybe granular permissions? I'm not sure. No. We're missing something very... Okay. Container security inconsistent challenges is a good ally. Container security GitOps offer and deploy the containerized application. Constant challenge. Security contexts are a good ally in this case. Security context. I think this is what could be. Yeah, okay. That was challenging a little bit, right? Security context, because after that they did not ask anything or, I mean, put any information about it or discuss any of it. They say just go here and check it out. Okay, move forward. Okay, so here we go. We need to start the machine. We'll start the machine here. Argo CD, as another week begins at Kubernetes Laboratories, you are starting to feel comfortable in your DevSecOps role, and as you should. This week is the last before you pass your probation and become a full-fledged DevSecOps engineer at the company. You have just attended this morning's Scrum's call and have been assigned your ticket for the day. Task in the ticket asks you to take a look at the cluster's Argo CD integration and review the security context configuration. You have proven up to the task with all tickets previously assigned to you. Let's show the same initiative now. Navigating Argo CD. Okay, so I already have, or maybe we can show it in the split view. Alright, we already started the machine. Kubernetes Laboratories has transitioned to a GitOps setup and Argo CD in the tool chosen for handling deployments. The DevOps team at Kubernetes Lab has deployed an Argo CD instance and asks you to review the configuration and provide advice. An instance called Argo CD has been created where Argo CD is deployed. The VM attached to this task contains the minikube and Argo CD infrastructure. Hit the start machine button when you are ready, and you may access the VM using the attack box or the VPN connection. So we are using attack box in our case. Alright. After 6-7 minutes, you can navigate to the Argo CD portal by navigating to this particular IP address with port 8443. So let's navigate in any case. 6-7 minutes mean it will take that much of time to start the minikube and all these things, right? So I will just paste here, paste and go. Okay, it will take a little bit of time. So do we need to start the minikube here, or everything is okay? We already started, but they did not say to start the minikube, right? Okay, so let's move forward. You might be given a warning about an insecure connection. Given this is a development server and no TLS has been configured yet, ignore the warnings and click proceed to connection and visit the website. You should see the Argo CD login portal like this. Okay. In the meantime, let's refresh again and again. Okay. You can log in with the following credentials. Okay. And at least they have used the complex password here this time. After a successful login, you should see a deployment called Nginx app. This is the first project the DevOps team is set to build. Okay, so before we continue, I think we need to wait for a little bit of time before it is accessible. So I'm gonna stop it for now, and once I come back, this should be working fine. Okay. So after 6 minutes, 7 minutes is available. Once I refresh, now you can see that it is giving us the warning. We will accept the risk and continue, and we get to see the same screen as they have mentioned here. This octopus is happy. Okay, so let me copy the password here, and here is the user, which is admin, giving us access directly to the admin side. Okay, now we can see the same thing here. We have the Nginx app, and status is missing and it is out of the sync. Okay, click on the Nginx apps deployment. You can change the view of the service in the top right. Okay, we click the app, and we can go to the applications again. We can click on the app. Okay, this is what they meant. The top right corner. For now, you will stick with the applications detail tree. Application detail tree. Okay. I can do one thing, by the way. Let's open up it in another tab, so we get to see everything in a big screen like this. Okay. So as you can see that we have Nginx app, and then last deployment was 16 days ago, and we have Kites Lab Nginx service, and we have deployment here. So service mean load balancer, and this is the deployment itself. So the load balancer will manage the deployment itself. Okay, we can click on sync. It will make the status sync, and application health is also missing. That means the application that is deployed here is not giving us back the health information. Okay, so let me minimize that, and let's see what we need to do here. Okay, click on the Nginx app. We already done so. Okay, listing all the resources managed by the Argo CD. Yeah, we checked this already. The resource health and sync statuses show each resource, pod, services, and deployment with color-coded indicators about its health status: healthy, progressing, and degraded. Sync status indicators show if the resource is in sync with the Get repository. Take a few minutes to explore. You can click on the services to check their manifest and details. Okay, so let's check this one out. A resource not found in the cluster. Oh, this resource is not there. So we can and the health is missing. That's why. And it is also not there, right? So nothing is created. I mean, I mean, nothing is created in this case, right? Because everything is missing. Live manifest. How we can check this live manifest? I don't see it here. Maybe if we click on edit. No. Wait a moment. Yeah, there is a manifest here. Okay, so this is a manifest for this particular application. What about this one? Okay. Maybe details. And then the manifest. Yeah. It is showing the same thing for us. I don't know from where they are checking the actual manifest here. Okay. Check the manifest and details. We checked it, but we didn't. I don't know how to come to this state particularly. Refreshes. If you click on this one, there is a parameter, and this is the manifest only. This is the diff, and these are the events here. We cannot see the live manifest. Maybe once we deploy, maybe it is available there. As a DevSecOps engineer, there are a few things we can do to improve the security of the Argo CD. Let's dive in. There is a lot to improve when transitioning to a new tool like Argo CD, such as setting up logging and monitoring. RBAC etc. will focus on tackling the hardening basics for the Nginx apps service for now. We'll carry on with the secure hardening in the next scrums. Okay, adding a security context. You add the security context to the deployment.yaml manifest. In this case, are used to create the Nginx app that Kubernetes Laboratories is setting up. This context includes the setting for running as a non-root user, dropping all capabilities except those explicitly allowed, and restricting certain Linux syscall using seccall. This is security context. I don't know where to mention it exactly. Here. This is security context run as non-root true, allow privilege escalation is false, capability drop all, seccomps profile type is equal to runtime default. Okay. Run as non-root ensures that the container run as a non-root user. Allow privileges escalation prevents privilege escalation via set UID or set get lab binaries. Capabilities drop all Linux capabilities by default. Helps prevent privilege escalation. Seccomp profile uses the default seccomp profile to restrict the system calls that the container can use. Bonus, you can also specify run as user, run as group, and fs group fields specify the user and group IDs that the container processes should run as. Each the container will run its processes as the user with the UID 1000. This is often used to ensure that the container runs with non-root privileges, which ensures security by restricting the capabilities of the processes inside the containers. These would have to be created within the container. Okay. It seems your colleagues Malmos has added the changes after your advice, and click on the sync button to update the deployment with the updated deployment.yml file. So it is already done for us. We just need to click on sync. Okay. In the sync option, you might want to ensure that the prune and apply only are selected, which will ensure any changes in the get repositories are applied to the cluster. Confirm the sync operation by clicking the synchronize. Okay, so prune and apply only. Prune and apply only, and then I'll click on synchronize. Okay, wow. So It is deploying. As you can see, the service is already there, and now we are doing the deployment. Nginx Lab deployment 8. It is deploying the pod 1 and pod 2. Then we have some endpoints, EP and endpoint slice. So we have two things here in the load balancer side, and everything is in green. That means everything is awesome. I like this tool. I mean, see, everything is available in just a nice dashboard, and it is giving you, okay, which one is compliant and which one is not compliant, if it is synced or not, if it is healthy or not, and the last sync is also available. And I think now we can see the manifest, but where is the actual manifest here? Application detail tree, this is delete, this is refresh, this is sync status, and everything looks good. All right. Okay. Monitor the sync process through the Argo CD UI. The UI will show the progress of the sync and any errors if they occur. Note if you get an out of the sync error, then just wait about a minute and resync again. We already done so. Verify changes in the deployment resource view. Deployment resource view. I don't know what they are talking about. Yeah, this is a live manifest. We can check it now. Okay. So maybe 1 minute. Can we do the same here? No. I think it is only available for the resource. Right, as you can see here. And this is the desired manifest. This is the difference between the both. Oh, there is no difference. Awesome. That means we achieved the desired manifest here. So this is the live, what we are working on right now. Awesome. We need to see that the security context is applied. Okay. So I don't see security context until now. Yeah, here it is. Security context is applied. Allow privilege escalation is false. Capability drop all run as non-root is equal to true. Setcom profile is run default, and then few other things. Okay. I think it is deployed. What status shows if the resource is in sync with the get repository? Okay, if I think healthy or maybe synced, I think this will be showed. Yay! Which security context ensure the container is not running as root? Run as non-root. This one. Awesome. What security context can specify a profile to restrict syscalls to containers? It is what profile we can use. Default security profiles restricts the uses the default runtime default, right? This is the profile we can use. What security context can specify a profile? Okay, so security context they are looking for. So this is what we are looking for. Awesome. What is the kernel version of the cube node? Kernel version. Okay. How could we see that, guys? Or maybe it will be here. Manifest. I don't see a kernel version here. How can we see that particular information, guys? Kernel. Can we search it here? Kernel. No, kernel is not here. I'm not sure how we can get that. Maybe. Okay, let's see what is here. Play around with the different view types. Okay, so here is the kernel version. So this is pods, this is network, and this is container list view. Okay, so this is the version. Awesome. What are the first 7 characters of the commit ID that is that it was synced to? First 7 characters. Okay, so first 7 characters are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm also copying, I think, space here, so last character is 6. Okay. Awesome. Congratulations, guys. We have done this. Although, I mean, we haven't done a lot, but we have learned that how the Argo CD can be used to include the security context into the play, and how it can be used to make sure that the desired state is achieved. It is a really good tool. I think I may move on to some other resources that are available to learn more about the Argo CD and how we can use it with the Kubernetes, and maybe I will make a video for that one outside of the TryHackMe here, because Argo CD is a really good tool. I can see that, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't, then it's okay. Otherwise, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Help us grow the community. And if you have any suggestion or any comment, please put it in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much.